Anupam ji is one of the most accomplished actors India has ever seen. And he's seen it all. Anupam, as an actor, you have, with your authorship, I've noticed that as an actor, you've gone inwards. So you know the relationship that one has with oneself, like very few people do. As an acting school, you've explored that, you've taught that. And as a director and as an actor, he also knows the audience very well, because you've seen the audience change over all these years that you've been doing this now.
First of all, thank you so much for inviting me. And I was telling you upstairs when we were sitting in the room, I said I get nervous before any event.
Which I still find hard to believe.
No, it's a fact. And then the gentleman talking about AU Bank had this whole speech in English, but only when he came to me, he started speaking in Hindi. So how did he discover that I come from a Hindi medium school? I get very enamored, I feel very impressed with myself when something like this happens. Even after being in movies for 40 years, more than 550 films, I still feel a sense of importance when something like this happens. कालीन यहाँ से आया है, ये यहाँ से बिछाया है, ये फूल लगे हुए हैं. मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है जैसा मैं दूल्हा हूँ, हमारा जो सेटिंग है वो गड़बड़ है. No, I think people confuse anybody who is talking about India that he wants to join politics or he is talking about politics. My wife was an MP, Member Parliament for 10 years. I always feel that I was born in 1955, 7th of March. India was born on 15th of August, 1947. So I always say I'm 8 years younger to India. And we both grew up together. I have seen 62 war, 65 war, 71 war. I have seen, so whether you want to treat India as my elder sister, mother, brother, but we grew up together. And in my college, in my school, the prayer used to be, which was I had post-independence blues and everything like that. So I am a very born nationalist. कह रही मुझे तो हिंदी में समझ में नहीं आता. Now they say nationalist is different, patriotic is different. I don't understand all that. So I speak in favor of India without worrying what the consequences are. So people confuse that he is in politics. And this happened only after 2014 when we became very open about our likings and dislikes. So your first question should have been about my films, but it is about politics. You wanted to start on a bang. It doesn't bother me. It earlier used to bother me कि अरे ये तो बीजेपी का आदमी है, ये तो एक्टर है, मगर जो मेरे को ट्रोल्स के मैसेजेस आते हैं. No, I think I have no shame in being a very, very loyal Indian. I feel very thrilled when I talk about India. I feel very proud when somebody sort of praises India. So it's as simple as that. और मैं अभी से ऐसा नहीं था, मैं हमेशा से ऐसा था. मैं स्कूल में ऐसा था. मैं जब जनगण मन शुरू होता है कभी किसी फंक्शन पे या कभी हमारा कोई स्पोर्ट्स पर्सन जीतता है और वहाँ पर हमारा राष्ट्रगान चलता है, मेरी आंख में आंसू आते हैं. मैं क्या करूँ? क्रिकेट में हम जीतते हैं, 25,000 झंडे ऐसे घूमते हैं, मेरी आंख में आंसू आते हैं. आई एम लाइक दैट. आई एम ए पैशनेट गाय about my country because we have grown up together. So I see very happy when in 2025 when India is 77 years old and I'm 70 years old that wow, we've done good. I'm a Hindi medium guy and I'm sitting on stage. Let me play a small game with you. I never got more than 38% marks in my life. Never. In my regular first standard to BA economics, never got more than 38% marks. Now let me ask your audience, which are very distinguished people, how many of you got more than 60% marks? Please. Almost 80%.
ये तो कई chambers के members हैं, वो तो 60% के लिए.
Exactly. अच्छा चलो, let's take it further. How many of you got, please दिल से हाथ ऊपर करिए. How many of you got more than 70% marks? My God. Okay, let me try a little more. How many of you got more than 80% marks? Still, all of you are sitting down and I'm sitting here. No, I don't want to take away your brilliance. I don't. You're much more intelligent than I am. But I think the way I've dealt with my life, I feel very proud. The way Amreen said wonderful things. You were saying so many nice things. I think I'm happy. And दुनिया में ऐसा कोई इंसान नहीं है जिसको सब लोग पसंद करते हैं. और मैं उस गेम से निकल चुका हूँ. The problem is the need to be liked gets us manipulated. I have no need to be liked. There are some people who like me, and I'm happy with that. ये जिस दिन समझ में आ जाए, उस दिन जिंदगी आसान हो जाती है.
Do you feel that there are that there are very few people who believe that in your industry? Because what I see when I interact, I don't interact very much, but the little I have interacted, I feel there is a lot of pressure in, I'm just calling it the film industry, however, now it's a very, it's tough to define a particular space, but I find that there is a lot of very inauthenticity. There is, dikhana hai, show karna hai. Abhi aap, there are people who, they have to come out of a Maybach. Because now that currency on social media is so important for success. And if you're not stepping out of a very fancy car, you're papped, it's going to be odd, and you're going to feel, yeah, I have to put my best foot forward, you have to have an airport look. You have to have now, of course, aap to 500 plus films kiye hain, you've seen it all, you have nothing to prove anymore. But why is this, am I right in saying that this is not the case in your industry?
No, I think, first of all, it's not the film industry only who gets papped these days. It's regular people also it's people I know who give monthly money to these paps, sort of they are constantly in it. I initially I used to get very impressed that people take pictures. Now I never have such issues. So 10 years back, I decided that I don't want to own a house. So I live in a rented apartment. And it made me the most liberated person on earth. तो मुझे वो ऐसा कोई नहीं है. पर जो करते हैं उनको अपनी, can you imagine वो कितने डरे हुए लोग होते हैं कि मेरे को ठीक लगना है, वो एयरपोर्ट से निकलते हैं तो मुझे अच्छे. मैं पिछले 32 साल से I wear a white shirt and blue jeans, and if somebody sees me who knows me, he says, oh, you are going to somewhere, because same thing I wear for the last. I'm a nervous flyer. There are a lot of things that happen in any industry, which is okay. I don't think we should worry about that. It's a business at the end of it. It's a business of looking good. It's a business. But that does not last much. I'm not a fluke as an actor. I'm a drama school student, even though I got 38% marks in my so-called graduation, but I'm a gold medalist. I've gone through every struggle. I'm in this own city. When I first time, I was telling Puneet ji, मैं ट्रेन लेता था बैंड्रा ईस्ट से, and I used to come just to VT station and do it 2-3 times because there was no time. I didn't know how to spend time. So I will take a train from Bandra East. By the way, my first address, my landlady was a Dhoban, and so in Maharashtra they call them Bais. And my 3 roommates, we had this much of room, and there was this parda, curtain, and then kitchen, and the landlady used to stay with her 3 kids. So next day when I woke up and I said to the elder son, I said, what is my address? It was a chawl, and 4 of us. So he gave me the address, and I read it and I smiled. I said, no power can stop me from making it in this city. My address, my first ever address in Mumbai was Anupam Kher, 2/15, Kherwadi, Kher Nagar, Kher Road, Bandra East. So I have gone through that whole thing where then also, how much can a bald man do? This is a very dignified, sexy, bald look. I have come to this city with a gold medal in dramatics. When your half the hair have gone, the Italian gentleman will identify with me. He's in a good state right now. But when half the hair are going from here, half the hair from going, and people are telling you, "Aap actor banne hai, you want to be an actor." No, 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 that's not possible. Why don't you become a writer, or why don't you become a assistant director? So I've gone through all the rigmarole. I've understood that this is. I also wanted to tell you, when somebody was constantly talking, cinema is part of my life. It is not my life. I don't see, like, doctors have a life apart from being in the operation theater or in the clinic. So I feel that it's okay to be papped, people who like it, but it's a stress. I'll get very stressed if I have to be constantly be papped. So I'm not cynical about it, but it's okay to be papped.
I was actually trying to come to the authenticity with which I feel like you have lived your life, and you know, your social media shows something very unusual for people of your experience. I mean, you know, you're relatable, plus you're a celebrity, plus you're somebody who's an actor and, you know, a talented actor, plus you're also got a political sort of voice that you're very proud of and you're very open.
You don't have to hesitate saying this. Say that, whatever comes to your mind.
So you've got all of these facets to your personality. And
I'm a multifaceted person.
But there are very few people who are like that. So okay, let's you know, on in
डरे हुए
your
लोग हैं. People who are frightened don't want to be everything. I have no fear of failure. My fear of failure went away when my father, at a very young age, in ninth grade, told me that over an incident. You see, so I was in ninth grade. I got very, very bad marks. So I used to be very scared of. Not my father was a very nice, gentle person, but you know, you don't want your father to think that you are not doing well in studies. So I used to make him sign my report card when he was in a hurry. My father was a clerk in the forest grade. So when he's in a hurry, I'll say, "Sir, Papa, my sign." So he will sign. One day he had a time, so he said, "Oh, you have come 59th in your class?" I said, "Yes." "How many students are there?" I said, 60. Now I thought that he will scold me, but he said something very interesting. He said, "You know, the person who comes first in sports or in class, he always has this stress that he has to come first always. Even when he comes second, he feels that he is demoted. But a person who has come 59th can always come 48th, 37th. Try, do me a favor, next time come 48th. And then he added a line. He said, "Remember one thing, my son, failure is an event, never a person." So when a ninth, for my father, please. I'll make it easy for you. Every time I think that I have said something very intelligent, which you not understood, I will scratch my head. That means you have to clap. So let's do a rehearsal. So I think you're talking to a person who has lived life, who has spent 27 days on railway platform sleeping because he didn't have a place to stay. You're talking to a person who had no money. You're talking to a person who borrowed money from people. तो मेरे ग्रैंडफादर ने बड़ी अच्छी बात कही थी कि भीगा हुआ आदमी बारिश से नहीं डरता. So I have nothing. I'm not saying that I'm very ambitious. I want to be very good. I want to make films. I want to act. I want to say that whenever I act with a huge cast, that people should say. But I think I'm chilled. I'm relaxed.
The politics side of your personality, because of the industry you choose, it's rare.
I just want to interrupt. Every time I see this screen, so my first ever picture in this city as an actor, even when I was not in movies, was on a screen newspaper. So thank you so much that my first ever picture, it was in Ali's note. Ali Peter John was a journalist, he was in screen newspaper for a long time.
Yeah, he's a legend in the film space.
Yeah, and then I gate crashed in the screen party much before I got into movies. Ali Peter John helped me get into this. So while I'm watching it, my life flashback is going on. Sorry, I interrupted. Hanji.
No, it's a very lovely story. And because you mentioned screen, I'll take a detour. My mom's here. She started the Screen Awards in the 90s. I don't know how many of you remember this. The Screen Awards was a very different film award show. And Anupam ji, at that time, actors, nobody took money to perform on stage. And Anupam ji I remember his first performance. I must have been, I must have been like 9 years old or something. But I remember that because he got onto stage and he did "Mere pant bhi sexy, mere baal bhi sexy." It was a very cute moment. So you've been a big part of the screen journey also, because that was important. No, so I was asking about the political side to what you have taken. there seems like in India, there is a view that the politics distracts from success in public life. If you're in public life, if you're a sportsman, if you're any kind of celebrity, and the celebrity, the definition of celebrity is expanded, like you said, you're not, only film people are not papped anymore, a lot of people are papped. But anybody who wants to be in public life, CEOs of businesses, they stay away from politics, or they don't want to be seen as having any political view. Of course, they all have views, but they want to stay away from it. You chose not to do that. Has that shrunk the space for the professional side?
Yes.
Or has that grown?
Yes, when you take sides, as I said to you earlier, that I did not take side of as a politician or as somebody who's interested. I took sides as an Indian. It has. People sort of put you in a slot. This person is so-and-so, this person is too interested in politics. Things did change in a big way. But that's okay. Means that happens everywhere.
So you felt passionate enough to take that decision? You felt motivated enough to take that decision?
I have to be ultimately popular with myself rather than with the world. This need to be liked by everybody gets you manipulated. I feel that initially I still feel that everybody wants to be liked. Yeah. Everybody wants to be but when I said that, when I started talking about India, and I'm constantly referring to India, not politics, then people started taking sides. People saying that isse dur raho, he's politically inclined or something like that. I don't know. I felt it. And I realized that what can they do? I have come in this city on my own. And again, sorry for people who do not understand Hindi. My grandfather used to say that behte hue dariya ko koi nahi rok sakta. Yeah, it did take its toll because I was the most popular person in every blockbuster, etc., etc. But uska ek side effect ye hua that from a character actor, I became a lead actor. All the films that I have done in the last 7-8 years are as a lead actor, whether it is Kashmir Files, whether it is The Signature, whether it is Vijay 69, and it also made me go abroad and start working in New York for 3 years, and I did New Amsterdam. So when you're pushed to the wall, the only way is that you discover something which you have not done for so many years. I think in Hindi, and I was doing a medical drama in New York, playing a neurologist. In fact, I have rehearsed so many times how to say neurologist that I can say it very freely now. But I had such horrible, long dialogues in English, but it made me go back to my drama school. I've always come up with my best when I'm made to feel that, when I'm pushed to a wall. So it did, so I will be not lying to you that it did. My friends, people who were my friends, I used to live in a building, and there was a gentleman and his family who were on the 3rd floor, and I was on the 2nd floor. Used to go there and then they started telling me, Mr. Kher, if you don't mind, I don't think you should come to our place because you have political views. No, I didn't have. So people are scared of people who have political views.
But why I want to go beyond your political view to think.
So before I come to that, my problem is that just to please 20 people, I can't say what they think I should say. The conversation has to be what I want to say. When I came first time to this city, I realized just because I can't speak in English, people are not paying any attention to me. I knew Arthur Miller, Tennessee Williams, Stanislavski, Lorca, Dostoevsky. I knew all that, but I didn't speak. So I asked one of my uncles, who was the only graduate in our 100 years of Kher family, I said, Chacha ji, मेरे को अंग्रेजी नहीं आती तो मैं क्या मतलब मैं लिख सकता हूँ पढ़ सकता हूँ but I can't speak, so what should I do? He said the only way you can learn how to speak in English is by regularly speaking. So I decided when I was a struggling actor here, not looking for work and not having any work, I decided that from 4 to 6 I will only speak in English. So from 4 to 6 all my friends used to run away. आ गया अंग्रेजी बात करेगा. So I don't know, I think I lost my chain of thoughts. What were you saying?
No, so my question to you was,
What are you driving at?
I'm driving at why is it, do you think, because you know the audience so well, why is it that you think we have become so, as you're saying, allergic to political views? Because I don't find that the case in other democracies, in other refined democracies. यहाँ पे
आज की डेट में आप ऐसा बोल रहे हो? You don't find
आज
it
की तो अभी
everywhere else.
मतलब we are going to this new polarization space, but नहीं,
No,
but
I don't think. I think it was. Initially, we all belonged to the same party. There was only one party,
yeah,
which was Congress party.
yeah, till emergency there was no opposition.
Yeah, there was no opposition, and I remember my grandfather, father, everybody going. We knew that whom to vote. It's when the social media came, people got to know about other side also. Every single person had the right and the power to comment on your this thing. That's where the divide happened. That's how I came to know, oh, you are attacking me because I am saying so and so is good. So I discovered that, or you discovered that I am attacking you because you are saying so and so is good.
Yeah.
But we have to live with this.
No, but why are the audiences becoming intolerant to disagreeing, to political disagreements? You know, I'll tell you, what I'm trying to come at is, every award show in Hollywood, you will have somebody making a political statement. That doesn't mean that person gets ostracized from any film, any set, generally. यहाँ पे वो नहीं है, यहाँ पे अरे बच के रहो, आप कुछ मत बोलो भाई, you don't get into it. And honestly, why I'm interested in this is because हमारे लिए धंधा का सवाल है. Because we are a political paper, we like people having political opinions, and we find that, I mean, I'm nervous that politics is...
Here I thought that he will talk about all the Padma Shri, Padma Bhushan awards that I have got.
We'll come to that, we'll come to that.
540 films that I have done, but we are still stuck on this topic. We'll continue.
I'll come to that. But
No. I want to answer this.
No, but let's just close this. Why do you, I mean, have you thought about this? Because when you make a film, whether it's Kashmir Files or whether it's Tanvi the Great, how much are you thinking about the audience? How much are you thinking about their political view? Are you trying to change a political perspective? Are you trying to introduce a question? Are you just doing what you want to do?
Because 90% of film people are not necessarily educated in terms of in the field that they should be. When you see a Feroz Khan, you know that he's an educated person in the field that he is. When you see an Anupam Kher, Nasiruddin Shah, Om Puri, we've done 4 years of training. Not necessarily every person you see in cinema are trained.
Yeah.
I was horrified when I went to work in New York. Even a bartender who has just to do this and sort of do this, he's a qualified, trained actor. Over here, there is not such. So when you are such people in the industry, then it takes a little time. Now, after all these years, now there is, because of the corporatization, you see actors, they are going to the school, and that's how I opened the school, etc., etc. But dar lagta, I think. I think people are frightened of consequences. Everybody cannot be Anupam Kher, because I'm not frightened, because bhiga hua aadmi barish se nahi darta. Because another thing that my grandfather... It's also a dependent how you want to live your life. I'm okay with some people not liking me. Now, initially when I came to this film industry, I thought it's a beautiful family. I actually thought, because in Shimla, everybody was a family. My father was just a clerk, but one day I went out with him first time, and I saw everybody saying hello to him, Namaste ji, Namaste ji. I said, Dad, you are just a clerk in the forest department. Why is everybody saying hello to you? He said, I invested 1 year of coming here, and that year I did Namaste to everybody. So now they are saying this thing too. So I think that those things are all involved.
So I think I'll move on from this topic by leaving one...
Continue. मजा आ रहा है. अब तो मुझे भी मजा आने लगा.
I'll just leave one thought, and I want you to reflect on this when you get some time, is what can we do? What can you do? What can media do? And how should audiences think? How can we be part of creating an environment where disagreeing isn't so difficult?
It's okay to be disagreeing.
But why it's so difficult today is something I wonder about, especially when it comes to a public figure.
Because
why they get so allergic, and how can we make it less?
Anant, I think that moment you decide that you want to leave your happiness in somebody else's hand, they will make sure that you are not happy. They will make sure. You have to, at the end of it, there are only 6 to 7 to 10 people who are important to you. If you cater to the larger audience, and everybody should love me. ऐसा दुनिया में कोई हुआ ही नहीं. There's not a single person in the world who is only liked by people. One should understand that very well. As I said to you, that I'm very ambitious, I want to do something, but I've come to that it doesn't matter what people think. You're conscious at the end of the day.
Sure.
When a policeman who is frisking me and sort of doing that, and he says quietly to me, "Sir, आपको salute करने का दिल करता है जिस तरह से आप देश के बारे में बात करते हैं," तो मेरा सीना जो है उस समय चौड़ा हो जाता है. Then it doesn't matter to me whether he likes me or that likes me. That's not.
Right.
So I think at the end of it, there are larger things. Also, because of my background, I know that where do we remember Mr. Kishore Kumar today? This whole wanting to, the need to be great, we don't remember. Lata ji, last year she went, last to last year. Where do we remember them? Mohammad Rafi. It's not. I'm a part of a journey. At the end of it, I told the other day, my CEO, I said, I don't know, because I'm 70, so I'm thinking about stupid things. I said, when you put my picture when I'm not there, don't put a mala on it. Don't put a garland on it. Let it be like this only, because I've done so many roles in which then I've been putting mala. so don't do that. So I think that is what liberates you, na? The day I decided that I don't want to own a house, I felt such an amazing liberated feeling. I did a play, Kuch Bhi Ho Sakta Hai, with Feroz, where I spoke about my life's failures to the whole world. And we are doing a show in Chicago, and an old man came backstage and he says, "Anupam ji, kaisa महसूस होता है आपको इस फिल्म, इस प्ले के बारे में बाद? Because इस प्ले में आप अपनी सारी परेशानियां, failures बताते हो." And I told him, I feel the tallest man on earth. When I tell somebody that I'm a 38% marks, I'm bald, and I don't know how to speak English, I went bankrupt in 2004, then you have nothing to frighten me with, because I myself told, it's when I start hiding things, then you have the power of manipulating me. But I won't let you do that. That means not these people.
Correct. And more power to you. We wish there are more people like you who have that conviction and that confidence. Thoda sa, we can talk about film now, since we I saw Tanvi the Great. I managed to get it before the show. I was able to watch it, and I highly recommend it to all of you. I genuinely, I believe it was
It's a film I directed, Tanvi the Great. The response was they have not even heard about it, so which is fantastic. That means the film is not released. Finish your question.
You got unlucky with the release date. It was releasing with another film, which was a complete opposite of in the genre as Tanvi the Great. So tell us about that.
There was one gentleman who clapped and who saw the film. I have a niece who is autistic. Her name is Tanvi. 4 years back, she was 13, now she's 17. We were in my friend's daughter's, my niece's wedding in Delhi in a farmhouse. And people were dancing like what happens in Delhi farmhouse, Gurgaon. We were dancing, drinking, enjoying. And this Tanvi, 13-year-old girl, was standing away from this and looking. I thought she's looking at the trees or birds or clouds. So I said, "Tanvi, what are you looking at?" She said, "I'm looking at my world." Now, for an autistic girl to say that I'm looking at my world, I didn't understand what she was wanting to say. And she could not explain. And that gave me an idea to make a film about an autistic girl who is not treated as who is a superpower. Because Tanvi, according to me, is a superpower. She's like a super lady without the cape. So I wanted to make a film, and Tanvi sings very much. And I worked for 4 years. And I have enjoyed making that film. 4 years means 1 year of writing and 1 year of music. There are 2 Oscars, and then we released the film.
And you directed it. He directed the
I
film.
directed the film, and I wrote and directed, etc. And they released the film on the same day when YRF Sayara was releasing, and it got completely wiped out. It depressed me. It made me feel very sad. Not only from my side, but the girl was new. I took a new girl and from my acting school, etc. And also 200 people worked for it. And then things did not. But
and you had you called your friends to raise financing for the film.
Yeah, because the financier ran away 1 month before. It's a costly film, so he ran away. So I wrote to some friends of mine who are doctors, lawyers, etc. They gave me the money. We did the world premiere at Cannes Film Festival. We went to New York, where Mr. Robert De Niro came and watched the film till interval, and he thought it was very good. We showed the film to President of India. We showed the film because the army it's about an autistic girl who comes from an army family and wants to join army because she realizes that the father could not fulfill a dream that he wanted while being in the army. Now in India, autistic person cannot join army, but I wanted to sort of show how she still wants to do it.
Okay, the one film you liked or admired this year besides Tanvi the Great?
Oh, मैंने ज़्यादा फिल्में देखी नहीं है, but कौन सी मुझे याद नहीं है. मुझे याद नहीं. मैंने shows देखे हैं बहुत ज़्यादा बाहर के shows देखे हैं. I recently saw The Studio. It was very good.
The Apple TV one.
The Apple TV.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. I recently saw an amazing documentary, Hunting Down Osama bin Laden, on Netflix.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the last 10 minutes are left. It's so amazing.
Realistic, very realistic.
Yeah.
Okay, the last film whose success you were surprised by?
Sayyara. Even Adi Chopra must have been surprised that this will not. Yeah. Everybody was surprised. But, theek hai. Thank God that Adi and Yashji are part of my family. I grew up and in cinema with them.
Yeah.
Aur koi hota to bahut takleef hoti.
Okay, so your advice to that couple, the new couple who have come out in Sayyara, what is your advice? If you were to advise them as actors, what should their next steps be?
I am sure they already have millions of advisors right now. Right now, everybody, they already must be having 7 managers, one this thing, one that thing. I will be the last person to, they will say, "Teri to picture chali nahi, tu humko kya advice de raha?" But I will like to say that for a long innings, they must go slow. Because in today's time, the actors of today I feel very bad for them. Because if I have survived these last 40 years, thanks to my training, proper training, but also people were forgiving. In today's time, people are not forgiving. One wrong mistake and they go for them. So it's sad. Okay. And they have to prove every single film, they have to prove that they are happening. Okay. And failure is going to happen. It will be part of life, but don't get worried about it. Yeah.
Okay. So if the if Saransh's Kher met Dilwale Dulhania's Kher, what would they say to each other?
That's a good one. If Saransh's Anupam Kher met Dilwale Dulhania Le Jayenge, I see my younger self in you. Saransh's old man will tell Dilwale Dulhania. Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. The one role everyone praises, but you secretly wish you never did.
Oh, there are plenty of such roles. Plenty of such roles. I got almost ruined once. There was a film called Nigahein. इनमें से आधे ज़्यादा लोगों को कुछ पता नहीं. तो there was this film.
ये South Bombay है जी.
नहीं. निगाहें सिवाय मेरे और किसी ने. निगाहें, there was this film called Nigahein, which was a sequel to Nagina. Nagina was that सांप वाली film. जिसमें श्रीदेवी सांप बन जाती, तू मेरा ना, something like that. So the sequel was given to me, but in the previous thing, Amrish Ji dies. Amrish Ji's character dies. So when they came to me, Harmesh Malhotra, I said, I will do this role so well that people will forget who Amrish Puri was. In the sense that it was a challenge. So I did all the scenes I did so much energy, with so much energy. And when I was dubbing the film, I said, this is not the way I should have done it. There's so much I'm shouting, so much I'm doing. So I told Kiran, ये नहीं देखेंगे. तो Friday को film लगने वाली थी. Wednesday को the producer and the distributor of that film sent me a bottle of Blue Label. And we saw the film last night. Marvelous performance by you. I said, I'm being very harsh to myself. I have done a great performance. Why will you send me a Blue Label with this thing? So I told Kiran, I said, we will see the trial, the screening of the film. And I was shooting with Rekha ji. And I told Rekha ji, मेरी एक film लग रही है निगाहें, तो आप ही से मैं थोड़ी देर के लिए आऊँगी. And I told Yash Chopra and Pam Chopra, I said, come, please come for this film. So we won. Usually Kiran walks with me, and at least those days, with hand in hand like this, na couple जैसे चलते हैं. So she sat down next to me. Rekha ji was there, Yash ji and Pam Chopra were there, and 2, 3 more people. Film started. My first scene, horrible. Kiran suddenly removed her arm from my arm. And Pam started doing. Pam is Yash ji's wife. Or I'm sitting here, Rekha ji is sitting in front, and suddenly I saw her body doing. So, second scene, Kiran stepped away from my chair and sat on the other chair. I said, don't be so stupid, just relax, it's okay, maybe. And I'm thinking, oh God. And then third scene when it happened, Rekha ji said, I have to go. She left. Now there are 5 people left, Yash Chopra ji, Pam Chopra ji, Kiran sitting in the corner. And when fourth scene started, I am wishing, hey Bhagwan, भूचाल आ जाए, सांप आ जाए इस सेट में, ऑपरेटर को हार्ट अटैक पड़ जाए, तो यश जी कहते यार एक कम कर देने, बंद कर देने ने फिल्म. So there are some films. No, I think that I have a rough idea about after that fiasco. I have a rough idea about I have done well, I have not done well. People are kind. People used to be kinder at that time. They used to say, because they got entertained, they will say to a mediocre performance also. Now they are very sharp because they get to see Netflix, Amazon, they get to see great performances. Especially what happened during COVID, everybody watched everything.
Correct.
And that's how the Malayalam cinema, the Telugu cinema, the Tamil cinema, they watched those movies also. So they suddenly realized that Pan-India has also brilliant actors.
Yeah.
And so it's very difficult to fool them now.
You mentioned, I'll ask you the opposite question. You once mentioned, I was researching for this, that you were unhappy Mr. Mogambo role you didn't get. Went to Amrish
I
Puri.
was thrown out.
Went to Amrish Puri.
Yeah.
Do you think you would have done a better job?
No, never. Because the interpretation of Shekhar Kapoor, earlier the interpretation when I was doing that role was a different kind of an interpretation, that he's much more flexible, he's much more conniving, he's not like that. But when I saw the film, I felt that it was a better decision that they made. Yeah.
Okay.
And also I was very fond of Amrish Puri ji.
Yeah.
Do you know that the trivia, that four main villains come from Shimla? Pran Saab, Amrish ji, Prem Chopra, and I also used to do villains role sometimes. We're all from Shimla.
That's why I didn't know that. That's so I have a pending visit there, so I will keep that in mind. Okay, last rapid fire. Which director contributed more to your career, Yash Chopra or Subhash Ghai?
Mahesh Bhatt.
Mahesh Bhatt.
Mahesh Bhatt, sir. He gave me my first break after that fight that I had, and Subhash Ghai, because Mahesh Bhatt made me a known name, but the stardom came to me through Subhash Ghai's karma, Dr. Dang. Yeah, that was he, because suddenly I was opposite against these 4, Mr. Dilip Kumar first of all, and then there was, in my play about Mahesh Bhatt, I say a beautiful line, which goes something like this. In a battlefield of Kurukshetra, if I am the questioning Arjun, Mahesh Bhatt is my Krishna. And today is his birthday.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. I think now I have seen 2-3 people suppressing their yawns.
Yeah, getting hungry
because it's one gentleman forgot that I can see. So first he did this. And then he did... And finally he said, to hell with it. बस करो, हमें माफ करो. माफ करते हैं भाई साहब.
Okay, we'll take a few questions and we'll take them together. So I know we're holding.
नहीं, अच्छा, मुझे कोई जल्दी नहीं है. मैं तो मेरे लिए तो चलता जा सकता है, but.
Okay, let's get a show of hands. How many questions there are? And I'm going to put a few people on the spot also.
Before my question, 2 comments. First, I cannot believe that you didn't know how to speak English. You speak better than all of us combined, I think. Your English is outstanding.
Thank you.
Secondly, compliments. I've seen virtually all his addas. Today was perhaps the most entertaining of the hundreds he's had. Thank you, Anant, and thank you.
Thank you so
Anupam
much.
ji.
That's very kind of you. Thank you.
A simple question. Today they're making movies out of famous political stars. sportsmen, for example, there's a movie on Indira Gandhi, on MS Dhoni, recently on Chandu Champion. Just few that I can remember. If, and I'm not saying you're retired, but if they were to make a biopic about Anupam Kher, which actor would you choose to play the role of Anupam?
You see, I have started my career as an old man, and now I've actually reached that age. So there is no better than me who will play the biopic of Anupam Kher. मुझे किसी ने फिल्मों में मुझे किसी ने जवान देखा ही नहीं है. I started as an old man, and now when I was 28, to me the perception of a 65-year-old man was the character that I portrayed. But I don't look like that man, the one who was in the film. But maybe for a younger portion, I will get somebody with hair. I had hair at that time. But thank you for Andy.
The films he mentioned.
I was in the first two, both MS Dhoni and also in Emergency. I played Jayaprakash Narayan ji. Yeah.
The Emergency, the movie, did you?
I thought it was very well made. I thought she was fantastic in the film. But these days, there is a section of people who, before the film gets released, they start calling it a propaganda film and this. But गए ना हम लोग अभी उसमें भी काफी चीजें हो गई हैं. Yeah.
Good evening, sir. My name is Parv Khimawat and I come from this organization known as IIMUN. It's a youth-run organization. Sir, my question to you is that as youth, we want सब कुछ हमको ऑन स्पॉट चाहिए, हमको सक्सेस ऑन स्पॉट चाहिए और हमको रिजल्ट ऑन स्पॉट चाहिए. बट एज आई वांट टू बिल्ड अ करियर इन बिजनेस, पता है कि बहुत कुछ करना है और बहुत सारी अनसर्टनिटीज आएगी. सो व्हाट वुड बी योर एडवाइस एज यू टोल्ड, लाइक एज यू राइटली मेंशन्ड कि आपको कभी भी कुछ भी फर्स्ट गो में नहीं मिला. सो व्हाट वुड बी योर एडवाइस टू यूथ सेइंग दैट कि कीप लाइक बी काम एंड यू विल गेट योर थिंग्स डन.
Just remember what my father told me, failure is an event, never a person. As long as you keep trying it, and also you, लोग कहते हैं ना किसी के पद चिन्हों पे चलना चाहिए, you should walk on the, no, I think you should make your own path. जो आदमी जिस उस पे चलता है उस पे तो कोई चल चुका है ना. And don't give up. I'm not in a qualified situation to sort of give you an advice, but I think make your own life. The fact that you have been raising hand is not necessarily that you wanted to ask this question. You basically wanted to be noticed. And happily I'm saying that.
I wanted to ask this question firstly because I personally draw inspiration from you because
पिताजी से पूछा कभी ये सवाल? ऐसे ही पूछ रहा हूँ, I'm just curious.
पापा से डिस्कस किया है, बट पापा ने हमेशा बोला है कि you will figure it out, don't worry.
Same. जब पिताजी बोलते हैं तो लगता है what kind of a father is he? जब सामने वाला बोलता है you will figure it out. That's the beauty of life. I figured it out.
Thank you so much, sir.
It's a good title for a book. You will figure it out. Yes.
The lady in front, please.
Okay, hello, so first off, it's an honor to be able to ask you this question. And usually I don't ask, but you know, after hearing you saying it again and again that you shouldn't care what people think about you, so I'm just going to ask. So, sir, I'm a doctor, and I loved watching, like my mom and I, we loved New Amsterdam. We binged it completely. So, we in fact loved you more than the protagonist, Max. Like, we found him a bit annoying, but we loved you.
Thank you so much.
So
Even I loved myself more than him.
So my question is, how did you prepare for a role like that? Because there are a lot of words that are difficult to pronounce, and due to the seriousness that comes with the show. So do you have an on-set neurologist or a doctor who, you know, guides you how to behave in a way? And if there is, then how do you get that job? Because I would love to do that.
So it was an offer. Usually you do an audition, but they had an offer to me because of my work that I've. There was an Indian doctor to be of my age, so they said that we will give you. My only condition was that the shooting has to be in New York. Because in America, the New York is the only city that I can really think. I went back to my first year of drama school to prepare for that role. I used to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, because in a series, you do 7 to 8 scenes in a day. And it is not that you are, like in movies, that you remember the scene that you are going to do and then you have a break of 3 hours. So there was some words which I used to think about it and I used to say how to go about it, but it trained me. And it also gave me a new perspective of how to make this film. So Tanvi the Great came from, because it prepared me. So I used to get up at 4 in the morning, then I used to walk up and down and learn my lines. I used to sit in my vanity van and keep doing that. There is no alternate to hard work. That's the only way. And also when I work abroad, I must say that sports people get officially, they get an opportunity to represent their country. Cricket team, hockey team, gymnastic team, etc., etc. Actors don't get official this thing. When I work abroad, my focus is much more. And you will think I'm being dramatic, but before every shot, when I'm giving abroad, I say in my mind, Bharat Mata ki jai. Seriously. Because I have to do my best. Otherwise, how will in a conversation, somebody will stand up and sort of say, I liked you more than the protagonist. It was because I was representing my country. Thank you.
Wonderful. Wonderful. I have to ask you one question, rapid fire style. The last time you disagreed with something Modi did?
I think he's a great leader. I think you know and I know. Let's not. Disagreement तो हमारे पिताजी से भी होता है मेरा.
Correct.
है ना? Disagreement तो दोस्तों से भी होता है. Disagreement तो सबसे होता है. But disagreement doesn't mean that disrespect आपके अंदर आ जाती है. मेरे बहुत सारी चीजें मैं अपने father से झगड़ा करता हूँ. But अगर मेरे father का intention सही है, I go by the intention of the person.
Correct.
And I think that is very important.
Was there any time you felt like, I mean, intentions aside, but you know, galti ho gayi, could have done something better, differently?
I feel protective towards him.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know how to put it. I feel that इतने सारे दुश्मन हैं, फिर भी वो लगे हुए हैं देश के लिए काम करने में. इतने तो लगे हुए हैं, लगे रहते हैं. क्या क्या बोलते हैं दुनिया में उनके बारे में? क्या क्या बोलते हैं? And on that note, I want also say that we need to have a very strong opposition. We don't have a very strong opposition. Yeah. If we have a very strong opposition, my mother is a great admirer of Modi ji.
So was mine, so you can on that.
अनन्या ने पहली बार ताली मारी आज पूरे इवेंट में. नहीं, I'm just joking. Yes, अभी फिरोज के पास आ गया कुछ सवाल पूछने के लिए. फिरोज जी, but thank you for saying wonderful things. Thank you. You're a medical doctor. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, with due respect, there is a lot that you asked him about politics and so on and so forth. But let me tell you one thing, that you have to understand that you are in company of perhaps one of the finest actors this country has produced, and he's perhaps one of the finest living actors we have in this country. So it's very important to understand is that this actor has done from sublime to ridiculous, and he has made sublime extremely memorable and made ridiculous believable. That kind of skill as an actor, very few have. Either you have actors who have a context at which they perform, or they have actors who just are completely ridiculous. But this man traverses all that. So his craft is impeccable. He is truly one of the finest actors. And the best thing about him is, I have met him only twice in my life in terms of starting to work with him. And when he was at the top of his game, he came to me and said, I want to reinvent myself. I want to get back to theater. I want to feel the failure. I want to feel the pain of failure or the possibility of failure, because it is only with the possibility of failure can you invent yourself. Wow. You cannot do otherwise. And then he came to me when he was in the worst condition. His film had flopped as a director. He had done a terrible job as Kaun Banega 100 Pati, 100 Pati, pata nahi kya kya tha usma. He was just at the most difficult phase in his life. And he came to me and said, Firoz, I have nowhere to go. And I felt the greatest joy working with him only at the top and at the low. And because he will, and that's why I gave a tagline to that play, that he will do anything to succeed, even fail. That's all I have to say.
Wonderful.
तुमने हमें सत्यानाश कर दिया ना. इतनी तारीफ तो तुमने मेरी कभी भी नहीं की है. रुलाया तुमने मेरे को.
But you put your heart, you wear your heart on your sleeve, and as a good actor, you put it on for the audience.
You want a witness to your truth. Today he became the witness to my truth. That's why you feel